Welcome, welcome back to another day in the Elajas era. I'm your host with the most boasts, Taylor Elajas. You doing good? I'm doing pretty good, but are you doing good though? I'm doing pretty good. So today, we are here at Quality Time Network, and you know we always gonna have some quality time talking about the Hip Hop Rookie of the Year. Okay, every week, every dang week we discuss who will be Hip Hop Rookie of the Year come the end of the year. What's going on? Strikes over checks. What's going on? Diavelli 19. We here. We live. Okay, we live. All right. We got a new ladder, as we always do. Okay, and we have new names. We got new honorable mentions because I'm here to put you guys on. All right. And as I discussed in the comment section of the Quality Time Network show yesterday, you guys need to make sure you check that out Monday nights. I said the millennials don't have a primary voice. There's not really somebody that's backing the product of the millennials to the fullest. Okay, and I'm here to do that. I'm here to be that voice. I'm here to help transition our generation to the next one. Okay, so let's get into the criteria for Hip Hop Rookie of the Year, as we always do every week, because I got to make sure you know why these names are up here. What's going on, Broom 902? Okay, gotta let you guys know why these names are up here, why they deserve to be on the ladder, and why some names are going to be in contention to be on the ladder. Okay, so first, well-produced, well-engineered, well-mixed music. Okay, you gotta have that. That's just bare minimum. And I want you guys to know it's barely about the music. Barely. The music has to be fire. That's just a given. If the music is trash, you're not even gonna be in contention. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just facts. That's just the bare minimum. We can't start and end at the bare minimum. We dive deeper on these sides in these parts. This is just what we do. Okay. Like this is just what we do. Signed or unsigned. Okay. Are you an independent artist or are you a signed artist? Okay. As an independent artist, you can really only go so far. It's unfortunate, but to get into certain spaces, you need to be a signed artist. You know, just it is what it is. It is what it is. But interviews. Okay. What platforms have you been on and getting interviews in? Because the media needs rappers just as much as rappers need the media. Okay, it's definitely goes hand in hand. Everyone needs each other. It's just it is what it is. The media propels rappers into different spaces, into areas and zones that they really were not able to get to before as an unsigned artist. Or sometimes you can get certain places and into certain buildings and get certain interviews as an unsigned artist, but it is kind of hard because a lot of these media places work with the labels. It's all one big triangle. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's a lot of that, honestly. So tours. All right. Who are you on tour with? Who are you touring with? What names are you touring with? Do people actually come to your shows? Because I just want to let you guys know there's a lot of lying going on in social media, and that's just facts. And I'm not telling you something that you probably shouldn't already know, but there's a lot of lying that goes on. But it's hard to lie on ticket sales. It's easy to fake engagement. It's easy to fake followers. It's hard to fake real life people coming out to see you. Okay, it's hard to fake somebody actually spending their hard-earned money on a ticket to your show. Okay, so are people actually at your shows? That's a very big one. But speaking of social media presence. Okay, what is your social media presence like? You feel me? Cosigns. Okay, who cosigns you? What big names are saying, yo, this artist is hot. This artist is fire. All right, buys the work. EPs, albums, singles. What do you have out? Preferably not just singles. We need bodies of work to show that you can do this multiple times. All right. Analytical results. What are the numbers looking like? Numbers got to add up. You know what I'm saying? The numbers got to add up. If they're not adding up, then it's like, what are you really doing, truly? Honestly and truly, YouTube views. All right. What the YouTube view numbers looking like? Because, that's very important. It's a free platform. So if people will not even show to your music on a free platform, then damn it, you got some work to do. I just want to let you know that if people not even trying to listen to your music on a free platform, you got work to do, sir. All right, or madam. Magnitude of notable song. What's your notable song, and where is it traveling to? Are people actually bumping that song? Like, are there challenges? Or people getting into it like that? Like, do people actually like this song as much as we think people like this song? And platforms featured on. All right, kind of goes into the interviews with, where are you on the internet? Press goes into verification as well. In case you did not know, you need some press in order to appeal to Instagram's verification process, to where they're like, oh, you're on the internet, people have interviewed you, or I can Google you and I can get multiple results, because Instagram fears that you'll be replicated and copied. That's why they allow people to be verified, because they need to know that this is the actual account and they won't be replicated by a bunch of fake accounts. This is that actual person. What's going on, CC? We have pretty much just wrapped up the criteria, as we always get into every week. So let's get into these honorable mentions. All right, and I gotta mention them. We got some nice honorable mentions this week. All right, because I always got to put you guys on to the people who are next up. Okay, because there's so many artists now, but not everybody is able to fit into the criteria. All right, so the first honorable mention is Miss Coi Leray. Now, she was on the first rookie ladder, the very first one that I put out. She was on the rookie ladder. She actually reposted it, so shouts out to Coi Leray. Everything is in fact cozy. She is currently dating Trippie Redd. Now, that in and of itself is a cosign. Okay, recently just saw on the timeline that she posted a picture with Trippie Redd. I think Trippie Redd posted a picture of Coi Leray's toe in his mouth. Now, I've been seeing that a lot recently. I've been seeing that a lot, where rappers are kind of just like, yeah, I suck toes. Like, rappers are kind of just like, yo, I suck toes, and they put it out there for everybody to see nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, Trippie Redd does date everybody, and Trippie Redd makes everyone look like Trippie Redd. What I will say about Trippie Redd, he brings everyone into his weird aura, or it's just his unique aura, I guess I'll say, because whoever's dating him will look just as weird as him, because he'll make them do a bunch of weird stuff. He'll make them look just as sexual as him. He'll make them embody his character, which is very interesting, because Coi Leray already is a unique personality, but now being with Trippie, she out here doing things like taking pictures with her toe in his mouth. You know what I'm saying? But the thing also with Trippie Redd is that he has a type. Now, with Coi Leray, I actually listened to her music, had to be 2 years ago, maybe, or a year and a half ago. And what put me off, and what didn't actually make me want to continue listening to Coi Leray in that moment, was that she reminded me of Elajas. Now, I tell this story to all my friends, and it's funny that I'm going to say it right now, but I'm going to say it right now. Elajas, aka Alexandria, who was Trippie Redd's girlfriend, went to my elementary school, and damn it, she was a thought even back then. She was the known thought around BK, and Trippie scooped her up. Trippie scooped her up, and that thing was funny. I watched the whole process. Like, she was popping on Snapchat for a while, just for showing her butt and smoking a lot of weed. And one day she just posted a picture of her sitting on the bed with, like, the cheeks out, and literally you see Trippie comment. And then me and all my people, because she also went to the same middle school in high school with some of my friends, and we're all just like, "Whoa, what just happened?" And then just like that, we watched her go from Brooklyn thought to music industry thought. Crazy, quite crazy. And I shouldn't have left a sour taste in my mouth, but it did. It did a little bit. So when I first saw Coil Ray, I was like, "Damn, she really looks like Alex." I'm not trying to listen to his music. That's also back in my non-accepting days, but it's all good. Coil Ray. First, honorable mention. Lil Nas X is also an honorable mention because I'm waiting for the album to drop. I really am. I'm waiting for that album to drop. I think it's going to be different. I think it's going to have a lot of different elements in it. And I think that judging by how people react to the snippets that he drops, people seem to be accepting of what he's going to do. People seem to be accepting like, oh, okay, he's going to drop rock music now. Oh, he's going to drop rappity rap music now. Oh, he's going to do this. He's going to do that. People, I think, are giving him free reign to just do what he wants, which not a lot of artists get that early in the game. Usually you get boxed into, oh, you make this music and you made it really good, keep doing that. People usually don't get the free reign to just be like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna make rock music now. I'm gonna make pop music now with a little hip hop flavor. He's getting the ability to do what he wants at this point, which is pretty dope. So we got Lil Nas X. He recently as yesterday actually, just dropped the remix to Old Town Road, another remix. He's on his Tatiana right now, which is crazy. That also is something else to talk about, to where it's like we're in a remix world now. And off the top of my head, it's like outside of Tatiana, I haven't seen a song. What's going on, DJ C Papa? I haven't seen a song get remixed that much. Recent right now, we have Tatiana that was remixed 3 times. And then Lil Nas X, we thought Young Thug was going to get a remix, but then we see him drop a picture of 2 horses and then a white horse, and then he drops a song and it ends up being Diplo. Now that is definitely a fire cosign. That even more brings him into the wider audience that tried to shun him. Because truly, the white audience is trying to shun him, which is pretty crazy. The white audience is trying to shun him, and he just keeps pushing back like, "You're not gonna shun me. You're not gonna take me out of this world that you want to seclude so dearly. Like, I'm gonna be in there, and I just have to. I'm gonna be in there." And he gets Diplo, which the white audience loves. So then you got Lil Nas X, got Billy Ray Cyrus, and you got Diplo. Like, now I'm wondering what's happening with the Young Thug verse. You know what I'm saying? Deem says Lil Nas X for president of 2020. Hey man, I'm still going with The Rock, but it seems like Lil Nas X got your vote. But Lil Nas X with this Diplo remix, it's not booming like when he dropped Old Town Road remix with Billy Ray Cyrus. Has 130 in a day, which is okay. It's not terrible. 130 in a day, 200K on Diplo's channel. Is it dying down? Is the Old Town Road hype dying down? I don't know. It seems to still be slapping though. Like when people play it in clubs and when people are around the song, it seems to still be a hit because it's just as rememberable and gets stuck in your head the same way like that I Only Love My Bed and My Mama I'm Sorry does. I Got the Horses in the Back. It's the same type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like people could get stuck on those one-liners. So, but will the song travel into the summer? That's my thing. That's my main question. Will the song travel into the summer? I really don't think so. But summer's right around the corner. But there's a lot of people that are gonna drop by the beginning of third quarter. Like I think there's gonna be a lot of drops, and there's artists that have been waiting to take over the summer, and I think they're gonna do it. Like I really think they're gonna do it. So Lil Nas X, Diplo, we'll see how that turns out for him. I'm still waiting for a whole project. Bodies of work, like we said in the criteria, is very important, very very important. So DDG, for all those who join Hip Hop Rookie of the Year every week, I always bring up DDG. because I want you guys to know his name. I want you guys to know his presence, because I know you see these artists dropping these vlogs. I know you see it. I know you see artists dropping vlogs and they link it to the Instagram and they're like, yo, look at my tour vlog, look at me vlogging, because that's the new wave. The new wave is people trying to feel as if they know these artists. What's going on, G baby? We're talking about DDG, YouTuber turned rapper, who was an honorable mention for the Hip Hop Rookie of the Year. Okay, now with DDG, it's like I feel as if he's starting to pioneer a wave of which YouTube is a super tool that not a lot of people used for, like people like Soulja Boy use it to drop videos, but didn't use it to establish a connection with their fans. And now I think people are starting to realize that, like people are starting to use YouTube more to their advantage, because with the younger fans, they're always on YouTube. Like the younger audience is always on YouTube. Yeah, it's a free platform, so you have to take advantage of it, and you want to make people enjoy you as a character as well as with your music, because this is just the world we live in now. It's a more advanced time, and you have way more ways to connect with your audience, which you should always take. You should always take those opportunities to connect with your fan base, because social media is how it happens. Like people are always on YouTube. Like I feel like more Young Boy's fans are on YouTube than they actually have streaming platforms. You know what I'm saying? If Young Boy started doing vlogs, which I probably don't think he will, but if he started doing vlogs, I feel like them things would do numbers. Like if these bigger artists started doing vlogs, and it don't even got to be an invasion of privacy. Like you don't have to take people into your crib. You could do the bare minimum and it's still going to get views and people are still going to feel like they're connected with you. That's just facts. You can do this as even a bigger artist. You can do the bare minimum as people are still going to feel like they're connecting with you. But DDG just made a run it up challenge. And you know how much I like challenges, because it gets everyone involved and gets engagement happening, gets people feeling like they can get on your page if you say, oh, yo, the best one is going to get posted on my page. Like those things excite riot. People are like, oh my gosh, I want to get posted on your page. Let me do this challenge. He just made a run it up challenge, which is honestly kind of a copy of something that another person on I saw on Twitter first did, where they poured I believe it was dishwashing liquid, and then they just or she just ran on it really fast and didn't fall. Pretty impressive. And he did that and called it the run it up challenge. So he, opportunistic, but he also did tag her, so I appreciate that. But DDG, definitely an honorable mention for a slot. I've been waiting, bro. I've been waiting to put him up there. But these other people on the ladder, which we're gonna get into, kind of deserved their spots, but DDG can slip in there. He's been putting in work, bro. But I'm not saying I'm waiting for somebody on the list to slip up, but he can get a spot on the ladder. Let's not act like he can't. Let's not act like he can't. Okay. So next up we have Rico Nasty. Now Rico Nasty. That album is fire. Like Anger Management, please. Bump Anger Management by Rico Nasty. That album is fire. I thoroughly enjoy that album, truly. Honestly and truly, I thoroughly enjoy that album. My favorite song off that album is Big Titties. Like the beat slaps on it, their flow slaps on it. They're punching, like they're throwing punches in that song. Her, Earth Gang, and there's someone else on that song that I cannot remember right now, but they're throwing haymakers on that song, and I just love it. I truly love it. And what's very interesting about Anger Management is that on albumoftheyear.org, there's a comparison of Crash Talk, which is Schoolboy Q's new album, and Anger Management. Now, Anger Management on albumoftheyear.org was given a higher critic and user score than Crash Talk, which is crazy. Because Schoolboy Q's album, I don't know if I would say it was anticipated. I don't know if I would really even say it was anticipated. I think it was more that like he hadn't dropped in a while. And I'm glad he dropped. You know what I'm saying? I'm still happy he dropped. But I wouldn't say it was the most anticipated album, because even when it dropped, the buzz was kind of low for it. the buzz was kind of low for the album, but it was. I feel like I expected more out of the album, but I shouldn't have really expected anything. And usually I don't expect anything, but when artists are gone for quite some time, it's human nature to expect fire. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just simply human nature, truly. But anger management on album of the year.org, given a higher critic score and user score than Crash Talk, its critic score was 80. Okay, its critic score was 80 and the user score was 76. And Crash Talk's critic score was 63. Golly, and the user score was 57. Like, damn. Like, people are really saying that Rico Nasty's album was better than Crash Talk, and that's the people that the critics at albumoftheyear.org and the users that are voting. So that's honestly very interesting that they really were just not feeling. They were not feeling album of the year, or they were not feeling Crash Talk really. 63 critic score, 57 user score. That's definitely crazy. But Rico Nasty's anger management album's fire. I thoroughly enjoy it. You should listen to Big Titties. Definitely give that a bump. That thing slaps like a baby's bottom when they did something wrong. All right, so Lil TJ's next. All right, Lil TJ is an honorable mention who can 100% slip into the ladder. Like, that can definitely happen within the next couple of weeks. So let's not act like it can't, people. You know what I'm saying? Lil TJ, he really only has like 5-6 songs. You know what I'm saying? He really only has like 5-6 songs on streaming. And the man is just, you know what I'm saying? 5-6 songs on streaming, no body of work. I'm just waiting for a body of work. Truly. If I can get a body of work from Lil TJ, and I know it's gonna slap, bro. I feel like all Lil TJ's fans, even people that don't know about Lil TJ like that, are goes to the album and say that it slaps because the man, he has talent. You know, people say they hear A Boogie. It's a variation of A Boogie. You know, like there's the same way that Gunna is a variation of Young Thug and Lil Baby is a variation of Young Thug and Young Thug is a variation of Lil Wayne. There's a whole bunch of variations. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of variations. But Lil TJ now has a summer banger. Okay. A summer banger, a challenge, and 2 Billboard hits. What? And it's not even really all his songs. Yeah, but the man has like 4 or 5 songs on streaming and he's on 2 Billboard hits as features. Okay, he's featured on Pop Out. You pop out at your party, I'm with the gang. It's gonna be a robbery, so tuck your chain. You know what I'm saying? With Polo G, that song's hard, but he has another one, Slide, which to me is gonna be the song of the summer. I'm saying that right now. It's gonna be up there at least. It's gonna be in contention, 100%. I don't know if Cardi gonna drop. I feel like Drake's probably gonna drop because Drake loves to tour. You know what I'm saying? Drake loves to tour, so he's probably gonna drop an album so he can tour that thing. But I feel like Slide is already gonna be up there because it's easy to dance to, it's easy to get jiggy with. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for people to get accustomed with Slide. And the little dance thing is just, you know what I'm saying? It's just a little shoulder shimmy. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing too crazy. It's not really too crazy, but I feel like people can definitely get with it, 100%. But Callboy is next up. Okay, but actually going back to Lil TJ real quick, I want to actually give the specific numbers of those Billboard songs right now. Pop Out is top 25, and Slide is currently number 33. And remember that I said currently. Okay, it can definitely rise, and I see it rising 100%. Okay, now going to Callboy, I usually bring up Callboy as well because I'm waiting for a 2019 project. I think that's gonna slap. Okay, the Dream Chasers cosign is a big one, 100%. Envy Me is somehow still top 20 on Billboard, and it shoots up to 14. Shot up to 14 on the Billboard Hip Hop Top 100. Okay, and Callboy's currently number 4 on the emerging artist list. Okay, and that is by Billboard. Billboard has an emerging artist list, and Callboy is number 4 on there. So that's pretty dope. Okay, and he's also gonna be on tour soon. Okay, so Callboy definitely is up there as well for an honorable mention. He was also on the original Hip Hop Rookie of the Year ladder, the very first one, but he ended up dropping because he has a hot song called "Tell the Truth." It's fire, I love it, but he needs to do more. But that "Tell the Truth" song was re-released as a single, but the video was out in 2018. So that's actually kind of confusing. I didn't even know that the video was out since 2018 until afterwards when I looked it up. But I heard this single recently because it was released as a single. And I was like, oh, this is fire. I looked at the video and it was released last year. So. But so far, for honorable mentions, we have Coi Leray. Lil Nas X is definitely a person to watch. DDG, Rico Nasty, Lil TJ, Callboy, and next up we have Super BWE. Okay. He has a song called Time For Me off his new EP, which is just absolutely fuego. If you're not familiar with Super BWE, he was on a song with Chance the Rapper called Walla. All right, so you should definitely, if you listen to that song Walla, you've probably heard of Super BWE by accident, but you should go listen to him on purpose because he's fire. Time For Me, 100% a fire album. Now, this is more on like the cusp of R&B, hip hop. That's where I'm kind of transitioning into right now, because I also wanted to bring up that hip hop and R&B are kind of merging, which is crazy because there's hip hop and now there's R&B with very hip hop flavor to it, which is definitely interesting. And I think that Super BWE doesn't completely fall into that mold. There's a couple artists that I'm going to say in a couple seconds that really fall into that mesh of hip hop and R&B that's happening nowadays. So, but next up for an honorable mention, like this is like really, really honorable mention. They're not really like high up there, but I wanted to definitely throw their names in there. Coda the Friend, absolutely fire. Okay, new single named Birdie. Please give that a listen. I've ran that back, gotta be 7 times within a span of like 30 minutes. Fire song, absolutely fire. Now, for my hip hop mashup artists that I feel like are truly leading the climb right now for this new hip hop R&B matchup, to where you sound R&B but you clearly have hip hop esque to your music. Like there's a hip hop feel to your music, but it's R&B. Like you feel like it's R&B, but it's also very much a hip hop undertone. So first off, we have Lakey. Wrong. Oh my gosh. You did me wrong. Girl, you did me wrong. Come on, son. Girl, I love that song, bro. Like that snippet. His snippet went hard. It went viral. Just off a snippet of a song that he wasn't even gonna put out, but he saw the snippet doing just stupid numbers that he was like, all right, I guess I gotta make a song. Just off this snippet of him in his crib, just banging the wall, singing after some wild stuff happened to him with him and a female. He made that little snippet of him in the crib, he's banging the wall. And that thing went viral, and he had to make a song, and then the song went viral. The video went viral. You got the song and the video at the same time. I feel like people are gonna start screaming industry plan for him in a little while, because he really got super popping just off this snippet, and I feel like a label scooped him up, and because he took a while to drop the song after the snippet happened. So I think he was backed by a label, and the label was like, all right, no, we're gonna do this our way. Okay, I'm gonna build some more. Some more buzz behind it. There's a couple other people have to drop. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. But Lucky dropped the snippet, went stupid, and he's on Billboard. All right, him and YK Osiris. Those are 2 people right now, to me, they're leading this hip hop and R&B mashup wave happening. Okay. YK Osiris now has 2 gold plaques, which is crazy. 2 gold plaques with Valentine and Worth It. And Worth It is also on Billboard. All right. YK Osiris is Also number 7 on the Billboard Emerging Artists list. So he's getting up there. A year ago, the man said he had nothing, and now look where he's at. He has 2 gold plaques. Okay, but the thing is too, I don't want to put him in a hip hop in a R&B box, because he has a song called "Run It Up," and that thing is hip hop. Like, that's a hip hop song. Like, so I don't want to run the risk of boxing in people too specifically when they're really more than that. Which is a lot of music right now. It's like, it's hard for me to even box you in, because you do so many things, and now becoming more open to an artist doing multiple kinds of music, and having a different kind of sound. Like, people are becoming way more optimistic and open to those things. But we're gonna get into this ladder in a couple of seconds, but just gonna run back down these honorable mentions. We have Quilla Ray. All right. Miss I Get Toes in My Mouth. Lil Nas X, DDG, Rico Nasty, Lil TJ. Ooh, excuse me. Had a whole lot of chicken. Callboy, Super BWE, and Coda, the Friend, as well as Lucky, LUH space KEY, and YK Osiris. Now let's get into this ladder, shall we? All right. Now, with the Rookie of the Year ladder for this week, okay, similar names as last week. Okay, there actually was not much turnover, but trust me, there was a whole lot of contemplation as to, should this person dip? But then something else that I found was like, I can't make them dip, but this person did this. But and here we are. All right, now Blueface for a while was number 1. For a while he was number 1, but then the Baby just kind of came in and snatched it. He was too undeniably powerful. Like, the Baby was just too much of a force for me to not reward him with the number 1 spot. But Blueface has been killing this past week, just absolutely killing. I just, is Blueface has just been absolutely killing. But I want to give some props to the people under him before I get to this Blueface versus the Baby debacle that's been happening, where they're both battling for that number 1 spot. They really are. And I think it's gonna come down to the wire. To me, it's really gonna come down to the wire. Honestly, it's gonna come down to the wire between Blueface and DaBaby. But somebody else could come in and make their mark. 100% facts. I'm still waiting for full projects from Choppa and Roddy Ricch in 2019. But Roddy Ricch and City Girls, their albums are still doing very well. We've seen what DaBaby's album has been doing right now, and we're still waiting on a Blueface album too. That's another thing. We're still waiting on a Blueface album that seemed to have a lot of powerful features on it. One being Drake, which he, now I don't know. I'm kind of getting a little skeptical about the Drake verse, the way that I hear him talk about it in interviews, because it's also been taking quite some time. But maybe the label is in Whack 100 or waiting to put it on the project and maybe use that as the rollout single. Because, mind you, summer is coming. Third quarter is coming, and there's going to be a lot of drops. There's going to be a lot of drops, and, I feel like a Blueface drop would be great for summer, truly. But Roddy Ricch, let's get into Mr. Roddy now. He didn't, he was a little shaky baby this week. He was a little shaky baby. He's been a little shaky baby the last couple weeks, but it wasn't somebody else. I contemplated taking him out and putting in Rico Nasty. Honestly, if I'm going to be honest, I contemplated taking him out and putting in Rico Nasty, because I think that anger management is going to continue to rise up the charts. And I also contemplated putting YK Osiris here, because I think that's a legitimate question of, do you put YK Osiris in a hip hop bag? Like, do you put him in a hip hop or an R&B bag? I think that is actually a legitimate question that can be made. But with Roddy Ricch, he was a little shaky this week. He was a little shaky. Let's be honest. He was a little shaky. Okay, Die Young is now on at 38 on Billboard. Like that's, I'll give him a round of applause for that. A little air round of applause. I'll do that for him. But he was on Power 105 and only did 3K. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't give you if you're Roddy Ricch, no matter where you go, you're supposed to do numbers. Or at least over 3K. Like you have millions of views on YouTube, but you only get 3K on a Power 105 interview. Now, I will give him that it was not Angie Martinez that did the interview. It was not Angie Martinez, but at the end of the day, excuse me, too much chicken. 3K is nothing. Like 3K is nothing for Roddy Ricch, who has gotten millions of views. I feel like 3K, you got to do way more than 3K, truly. And he got a dance video by the Future Kings, who is a channel that dance to music. And, these reaction channels and these dance channels are very essential to get on if you're an artist, because it's like, that's just, it's probably not free to get them to do it, but that's just exposure, super exposure, because people are going to watch those videos over and over and over again. And then your song is going to get stuck in their head because they're seeing this person doing this talent and this skill of dancing, or just watching this person do the reaction, and you're listening to the song at the same time. Like, there's just so many methods and ways to get your songs out there and get more people to listen and be tuned in and to gain exposure. It's really truly interesting. But got that dance video. The 3K on Power 105 is just like, oh my gosh, 3K? You're Roddy Ricch. 3K is disgusting. Like, come on, dude. Like, 3K? Roddy started off in, I believe in the first one. No, he might not have been on the first one. He might not have even been on the first one, but he's been dipping for a while. But he's also, he kind of been laying low. He's been keeping a low profile, you know what I'm saying? Nipsey also died. I'll give him that, you know what I'm saying? But he's also been doing, little interview circuits. Going on a little interview circuit, but 3K is not gonna cut it, bro. Like, I can't give you props for 3K, regardless of the fact that it's not Angie Martinez. Like, you're still Roddy Ricch. When you're who you are, you should do numbers no matter where you're at. Drake did numbers on Fire in the Booth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hadn't heard of Fire in the Booth until Drake went there, and then Megan Thee Stallion heard about it from her. It's like, come on, dude. You know what I'm saying? We need more. Truly, we need more. So Roddy's currently at 6. I honestly definitely contemplated putting Rico there, but Rico could still, if Roddy has another week of doing nothing, I think it might be hard for me to even keep him on the list until something happens. Because right now, even though I know he's probably in the stew working, this list varies from week to week. The list varies from week to week, so it's hard for me. It's really hard for me to just say, oh yeah, we're going to go ahead and keep Roddy on the list when he hasn't done anything. And it's just Die Young is going up and down. His album's going up and down from last year. It's kind of seems like he's kind of just riding that, which just, we need more, bro. We need more. Megan Thee Stallion. All right, her song is shooting up the charts. It was, remember when we said it was at 99? I was at a pizza shop and I heard Big Old Freak. I'm like, whoa, it's like that now. I was in Manhattan and I was like, whoa, it's like that now. You know what I'm saying? Big Old Freak is this, you know what I'm saying? It's busting like that. I knew it was getting up there, but in major radio play for a song like that, you know what I'm saying? But when your song is just undeniably hot, you're forcing these radio stations and you're forcing the label to pay that money to get them to play the songs over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Because radio, they'll shove the same song in your face until it is just implanted in your brain 100%. But Big Ol' Freak is now at 28. That thing was at 99. It's at 28 on Billboard now. That's pretty dang impressive if I say so myself. I also did an interview with DJ Scream TV. Okay. Did double digit thousands, way more than 3K. You know what I'm saying? Way more than 3K. And they have less subscribers. They have less subscribers than Power 105. Ooh, too much chicken. They have way less subscribers than Power 105, and Megan still did double digit thousands. And that's what I like. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of where you're at, you have to do numbers. Like, regardless of where you're at, you need to do numbers because of who you are. So I really, if there was another artist that I felt was doing enough, then I would have put them there, because Roddy, that 3K is not going to cut it, bro. It's not going to cut it, truly. Yeah, NLE Choppa. Okay. And also Megan didn't do too much this week. But the fact that Big Ol' Freak rose from 99 to 28 was also, that's definitely awesome. Rose from 99 to 28. That's just a stupid jump. So it's hard for me to not give her props for that. Young's been going up and down. Plus she also did double digit thousands. So just it was in the comparison level of that. It's like I can't drop her down because there's not somebody that I felt was doing enough to even make the list yet. But Roddy can't move up, and the people ahead of Megan and ahead of Roddy are actually doing things. You know what I'm saying? Like things start to really pick up after Megan. But honestly, it was a tough one after Megan, because I was like, should I keep Choppa at 4 or should I put him at 3? And I kind of wanted to put him at 3, and if City Girls doesn't do enough, he might end up at 3, and that's a large jump, bro. It's been a couple weeks, and the man is jumping because he's been doing things out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Features, numbers, analytics, platforms, challenges, songs dropping, cosigns. Like, he has it. The man has a Birdman meme. Man has a meme with Birdman. Man has songs with Birdman. Man, 16, 17. Like, he has a viral meme. He has viral challenges. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's getting it in. Like, it's hard for you to deny the man of what he's done so far, truly. But NLE Choppa, let's get into Choppa. Choppa Flow is at 35. That thing is above Die Young on the Billboard Hip Hop Top 100. Now that thing's crazy. It's ahead of Die Young. Choppa Flow is killing. 41 mil on YouTube, man. Imagine getting 41 mil and making over 300K as a under 18-year-old. Like, that's crazy. That's just a crazy thought, bro. Like, that's just a crazy thought to me. Under 18, and you out here making that kind of, you making funny money. You making funny money under 18, turning down $3 million contracts. So you know, he doing the right thing though. Choppa Flow is at 35 on the Billboard Top 100 for hip hop. He's also featured on Michael McCruden's channel again after being on Before I Was Famous. Okay, he's on Before I Was Famous. They made a video for him and it went pretty stupid. All right. And then he was featured again on Michael McCruden's as they did a comparison between him and Youngboy, because a lot of people compare them. A lot of people say that they look the same, they sound the same, they act the same, make the same songs, same cadences. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are saying that they're split images of each other. You know what I'm saying? Which is to each his own. I don't believe it, but I definitely hear it. But a person for me that sounds exactly the same, and who might be actually a honorable mention next week, is OBNJ. Okay, OBNJ. There was one song because I love OBNJ. Don't get it confused. But The Love Is Fake, that's a song by OBNJ, came on in my shuffle, and I'm like, is this Youngboy? I was like, oh, Youngboy dropped a new song. I didn't even know I put this in my library. And then I check it, and it's OBNJ. I'm like, oh wow, okay. But yeah, if you want to listen to a person that sounds pretty much like NBA YoungBoy, it's OBNJ. Trust me. Okay, but NLE Choppa featured on Michael McCruden's channel. Okay. Ooh, man, those burps are killing. When they made a comparison video to NBA YoungBoy and NLE Choppa does not think that there's really much comparison. He doesn't think there's much comparison. I don't think so, but I understand where people are coming from. But the thing is, though, Choppa said that YoungBoy is his favorite rapper. Okay, YoungBoy is his favorite rapper. All right, YoungBoy is his favorite rapper. So it's like, but he gets mad that people say that they look and sound the same. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, but dude, you're literally saying that YoungBoy's your favorite rapper. If you have a favorite rapper, you're probably gonna end up stealing things from them because that's your favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like when someone's your favorite anything, you're gonna end up taking bits and pieces of what they do and making it yours and trying to capitalize on what they've done. And I think that Choppa has been able to do that with NBA YoungBoy's kind of style persona. But I see where he says I don't see it, but you can also see where it's like, bruh, you look like this man, you toting guns like this man, you at a young age, like you out here rapping about the streets, putting on for like a smaller town, bringing that smaller town energy. Well, is Memphis really considered a small town? Yeah, it's a smaller market. It's definitely a smaller market, but bringing that small market feel out here toting pistols like NBA YoungBoy was, or not even toting pistols. Like Choppa be having literally like AK-47s in his videos, just humongous guns that a 60-year-old probably should not have in his possession. But Choppa also got 285K in 4 days with a song by Mimi called Ride. It's featuring Choppa. It's not Choppa's song, but did 285K on World Star Hip Hop. Now, that was 4 days ago. That's an okay number. Yeah, it's not too crazy. 285K. And I'm just judging that off of Choppa's numbers. You can only you really can go off of what that artist has done before, and Choppa has put up millions of views as a feature. So I can't not say that 285 is not that good for him, because it's okay even as a feature. It's not crazy for him. He's done numbers as a feature. But I think that it'll at least do 700 by next week. That's my prediction. It'll do 700 by next week because it's a good song and it's Choppa. And Choppa really does have the opportunity to be in 3 next week, especially if this touches 700K and if something else happens, because Choppa, every week, the man has been doing something. The man is active. The man is putting in work. And 7 days is a lot of days, bro. If you don't make an impact in 7 days, it's like, what are you really doing? That's why I'm just like, 7 days is a long time, bro. Like, time is of the essence, bro. Like, and time is something you can't get back. And 7 days is a long time to where, like, if you have not done anything to move yourself up in the conversation or move yourself up in your career in 7 days, it's like, what are you really doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to take every opportunity to move yourself up. But Choppa can actually take the city girls' spot if they do a bunch of damn nothing come next week. Okay, but we are still screaming free JT. We still screaming free JT. Hopefully she gets out, because we just lost Soulja Boy for 8 months. Okay, we're probably not going to see this man until February of next year. 6ix9ine might come out before Soulja Boy gets out of jail, which is hella ironic. May not be ironic, but I think it's ironic. Okay. But we got JT in jail. Okay. Soulja Boy in jail. 6ix9ine in jail. But geez, JT might come out soon. And when JT comes out, I feel like they're also probably waiting. And I feel like even if Act Up dies down, which I don't see it dying down for a little while, because this is the new Bodak Yellow. Like the Ratchets love this. The Ratchets love this. Don't get it confused. The Ratchets love this. Bodak Yellow died down for a little bit, and then there wasn't another like Ratchet anthem for a while. What's going on, Jin or Rummy? There wasn't another Ratchet album for a while after Bodak Yellow, but Here came Act Up. Here came Act Up, and also Big Old Freak. Big Old Freak and Act Up are definitely the ratchet hits. And there has not been a ratchet hit in a while. Okay. Has been a ratchet hit in a while. So they're gonna eat it up. And also City Girls have two. They had two of them Johns. Act Up and Twerk. Act Up and Twerk, and they both on Billboard. Act Up and Twerk, and they're both on the Billboard charts. Okay, so let's be real. Let's be real. When JT gets out of jail, even if Act Up has lost its luster by then, the minute you drop the music video, people are going to slap. And I don't know if you could say the same for Old Town Road. I feel like he needs to drop that before the end of May, and probably way sooner than that, if I'm being honest. I feel like Lil Nas X really needs to drop Old Town Road, the music video, before the end of May, and probably even sooner before that. I don't think he has the ability to wait the same way that City Girls have with Act Up. I think that if Act Up doesn't have a music video drop till like July, August, it'll still do double-digit million, Not saying that Old Town Road probably won't do double-digit million because it's Old Town Road and surpasses God's Plan as most streamed, but still, it's a meme song. People consider it a meme song. I don't think it's gonna be a summer hit. I think Sly's gonna be a summer hit, but it is what it is. But City Girls, they still have the Act Up challenge. You know how much I like challenges. You know how much I love challenges. The Act Up challenge is still alive and well. All right. Got Act Up is at 13 on the hip hop Billboard Top 100. Okay. That's high because it wasn't that high before. So it was also hard for me to put them ahead of Choppa because of that 13th listing with Act Up. And they also have two. They have two placements in the Billboard Top 100. Act Up's at 13. Twerk is at 43. Choppa has one, which is still very much an accomplishment. But when you take into account that Act Up is 13 and Twerk is 43, yeah, equals they get to keep their third spot. And also, in addition to that, with the fact that they have a number one ranking on the Billboard Emerging Artist list. All right. Got to take that into account 100%. Also, did a little search on Google Trends, okay? Because Google Trends, you can see the amount of times somebody was Google searched and things related to their name. And City Girls smoked Choppa. Like Choppa was like, you got 3 here, you got 2 here, you know what I'm saying? Like 1. But with City Girls, you got like 100, you got 80, 50, they're just smoking Choppa. But Act Up is way bigger than Shot Flow right now, so it's completely understandable. But yeah, that's why City Girls are still at 3, and NLE Choppa is sitting at 4. But if City Girls don't do anything come next week, Choppa can end up taking that 3rd spot, so watch out for that. Okay, please watch out for that. Now, here we are at the top 2 spots on the ladder. All right, let's get into it because the Baby was number 1 last week. All right, the Baby was number 1 last week, and now he's number 2. He's number 2 now. I'm sorry to tell you guys, he's number 2 because Mr. Blueface Baby was putting in his work this week. Okay, like I said, 7 days is a long time. If you're not doing nothing for 7 days, what are you really doing, bro? Especially as an artist, any opportunity you have to grow your fan base and make your mark and make people say, oh my gosh, yes, I enjoy this. You're doing great things. You want to make people say, yo, you're doing it. You're doing it big. Because perception is everything in the social media world. Perception is truly everything. Perception is wealth at this point. You know what I'm saying? Perception really is currency. If someone looks at what you're doing and it has high numbers, or if someone sees you on a certain platform, then they're like, oh, wow, you're really doing something. You could really have $12 in your bank account. But if you're an artist and you somehow manage to get on Power 105, they're going to be like, yo, you doing something. Okay. The Baby. Suge is currently at 18. Okay. And AY and TO, did a dance video to Suge. All right. And I got 367K, so that's definitely awesome. And he was also on Genius News giving a brief history of the baby names. That's what a video was done on the babies, Sada Baby, Lil Baby, the baby. So I did a little piece on him as well. So those were great cosigns, but got to get into Blueface's cosigns this week because he was doing amazing. Okay. Blueface along with City Girls and Roddy Ricch on the latter have 2 Billboard tracks. Roddy Ricch has Racks in the Middle as well as Die Young. City Girls have Twerk and Act Up. Blueface has 3 of them things. Okay. Slide, Tatiana, West Coast. Slide is 33. Tatiana is 9. West Coast is at 48. Now, also speaking of West Coast, they got Blueface on Jimmy Kimmel, man. Jimmy Kimmel had G-Eazy perform West Coast with Blueface. They had like some. It didn't seem like to be live, but the man was on Jimmy Kimmel. That is a crossover if I ever heard one. Okay. And also speaking of the Google Trends, Blueface dominated the Google search in every state but North Carolina, and that's where the baby is from. Okay, so great. Like Jimmy Kimmel. Like, do I have to say more? Jimmy Kimmel. The man, Blueface is on Jimmy Kimmel. Face tats and all, the man was on Jimmy Kimmel. The man did half a crip walk. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Julian the God Music says, I can't wait till I'm on this list. Keep putting in your work, man. You could rise up to be an honorable mention, and then you could be on the list. You know what I'm saying? Just keep putting in that work. But like I said, 7 days is a long time. All right. I want you to know 7 days is a long time, and you have to put in work each and every day. Because if you're not putting in work, someone else is. Okay, but let's run down this ladder one more time before we get up out of here soon. We have Blueface at 1, The Baby at 2, City Girls at 3, NLE Choppa at 4, Megan Thee Stallion at 5, Roddy Ricch at 6. Okay, that was the list this week, guys. All right, The Baby can make his way back up. Roddy Ricch needs to do more. Blueface has been killing this past week. City Girls, Free JT, we need that active music video. NLE Choppa, I want a whole project, but he's also been killing it with the singles, so I understand. Megan Thee Stallion, Big Old Freak is slapping, and the Ratchet girls love it. And the fact that we have 2 females on the rookie ladder is astronomical. I love it. The female rap was dying for a little bit. It was really we had to make Cardi and Nicki fight each other. Just because female rap wasn't popping like that. But, we got Rico Nasty, we got City Girls, we got Megan Thee Stallion. All right, so female rap is definitely flourishing right now, which I am happy for them for that. Okay. I want to thank everybody that joined me watching today, this week. We do this every week. We're going to discuss who will get the Hip Hop Rookie of the Year at the end of the year, man. There's been different names here, there. There could be different names before. NLE Choppa wasn't here the whole time. Okay, and if you're an artist watching this, you can also be on this list. Just make sure 7 days is a long time. Put in your work every damn day. Because if you're not putting in the work, someone else is. And that's what I have to tell you guys, man. Like, Hip Hop Rookie of the Year, man. Someone will be crowned. We doing something that has not been done before. Okay. Make sure you guys tune in. Because we out here. And someone will be crowned the Hip Hop Rookie of the Year at the end of the year. Okay? Blueface, Jimmy Kimmel, I want you to leave this live knowing that Blueface was on Jimmy Kimmel. If you take nothing else from this episode, know that Blueface was on Jimmy Kimmel. Damn it, if that ain't an accomplishment. If that ain't an accomplishment, man. Man, when Kodak performed, I believe he performed on, it was either Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon. Whenever there's a hip-hop artist on Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon, I'd take that as a monumental cosign. Because, damn it, what? Hip-hop artists with face tats and all get on Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon. That's just crazy to me. Blows my mind, man. But hip-hop, that just shows you how dominating hip-hop is right now. Pop artists need hip-hop. Okay. Once again, I want to thank you guys for joining me at Hip Hop Rookie of the Year on Quality Time Network. I'm your host with the most boast, Taylor Elajas. Join me next week as we continue Hip Hop Rookie of the Year.